afternoon to you. Want to continue sharing with you from Ecclesiastes today. And as I mentioned this past Sunday, we are getting to the end of Ecclesiastes. And so congratulations, you've made it, right? Many of us may feel like this has been a long time coming because Ecclesiastes is perhaps a book we don't spend a lot of time in. And if we're being honest, maybe a lot of that is because there's some hard things in Ecclesiastes. Some are hard to understand, but others are just simply hard to deal with. As I've said a handful of times, Ecclesiastes doesn't shy away from the difficult questions of life and the difficult situations in life. But even in spite of that, there's this call in Ecclesiastes to pursue wisdom. Wisdom in and of itself maybe won't save you, but wisdom is still important and valuable. And so this afternoon I want to ask the question, well, why wisdom? What are the reasons why wisdom is so important and why we need to think so much about pursuing wisdom and having wisdom in our lives? Well, one reason that is because the flip side of that, foolishness or foolish living, or as Ecclesiastes often says, folly, a little bit of foolish living can really wreck our lives and really make things hard and difficult for us. If you've ever done some cooking or baking with food coloring, you know that when you use food coloring in a recipe, you really don't use a lot. We're talking just, a couple drops perhaps of a certain color, and it works itself through whatever it is that you're baking or cooking. And Ecclesiastes tells us that's how wisdom and folly work. Ecclesiastes 9:18 says, "Wisdom is better than weapons of war, but one sinner can destroy much good." And then chapter 10, verse 1 says, "Dead flies make a perfumer's oil ferment and stink, so a little folly outweighs wisdom and honor." And so this is saying that, you can have wisdom and, your strategies for battle, and, you have your army, and you can have the best plan to be able to win on the battlefield. But even one sinner, one person who's not acting right and acting foolishly can mess up all of your plans. And likewise, you have perfume, something that's good and can do a lot of good. We love a good fragrance, but if you get something even as minuscule like a fly, too many of those in the perfumer's oil can ruin it, right? And make it useless. And Ecclesiastes says that's how folly works. If you have foolish living and foolish thinking in your life, it can outweigh the honor that you would have from pursuing wisdom. And so wisdom is important because the flip side of that is even just a little bit of foolishness in your life can really wreck things for you. And so be encouraged today that wisdom is valuable. That yes, it may seem like a chore or a task to be all the time thinking about, well, what is wise? What's the wise thing to do, think, or say? It is valuable, and it is something to dedicate ourselves to, because even just a little bit of foolishness can mess things up for us. And so be encouraged today to continue seeking wisdom.